On March 31, 2026, a district court in Poland did something almost unheard of. It refused a bankruptcy filing. Not denied, not rejected on a technicality. The court ruled that the company in front of it was too poor to even afford going bankrupt. The judge appointed a temporary supervisor. There was nothing for the supervisor. There was nothing for the supervisor to supervise. No real estate. No inventory worth chasing. A handful of restaurant fixtures and a few cars. That was the entire estate. The company was called North Food Polska. It operated a fish restaurant chain called North Fish, 40 locations, give or take, and its sole owner, through a holding company registered in Vienna, was Michal Solowow, the richest man in Poland. Net worth, approximately $7 billion. This is how a chain owned by the wealthiest person in an entire country ran out of money to file its own paperwork, why 163 workers never received the severance they were promised, and why nobody, not the billionaire, not the holding in Vienna, came to save it. Michal Solowow is not a household name outside Poland. Inside Poland, he is the household name outside Poland. Inside Poland, he is the household name. According to the Forbes Polska 2026 Rich List, published at the end of February, his net worth is 27.648 billion zloty. At year-end exchange rates, that is approximately 7 billion United States dollars. He is the wealthiest person in the country. He has been near the top of that list for over a decade. The year before, his net worth was 28.109 billion zloty, slightly higher in zloty terms, slightly lower in dollars after currency moves. His fortune is built on heavy industry. Synthos, synthetic rubber, one of the largest producers in Europe, supplying tire makers from Germany to Korea. Cercinet, bathroom ceramics, sold across Central Europe, factories in Poland, Romania, Russia, and Ukraine. Barlinek, engineered wood flooring, distributed in over 70 countries. Echo Investment, the developer that built the Kielce shopping mall where this story begins. And, most recently, a substantial stake in Orlen Synthos Green Energy, a joint venture with the Polish state-controlled oil company developing small modular nuclear reactors for the Polish electricity grid. Solowow is, in other words, an industrialist of the old school. Chemicals, ceramics, wood, concrete, now nuclear power. The vehicle that holds these companies is called MS Gallion GmbH. It is registered in Vienna, Austria. It is a private holding. The accounts are not public. What is known is what shows up in the Polish National Court Register, the KRS, when MS Gallion owns a Polish operating company. And under one of those KRS entries, KRS number 289192, is North Food Polska, operator of the North Fish brand, 100% owned by MS Gallion. By far the smallest, the most marginal item on the spreadsheet, a fish restaurant chain. The chain began in 2002. The first North Fish opened in Galleria Echo, a shopping center in Kielce, the city where Solowow lives. Galleria Echo belongs to the Echo Investment Group, the property developer historically associated with him. The concept was Scandinavian, cool blue branding, fast counter service, fried and baked fish portions with chips, salads, rice. A fast food alternative to burgers and pizza in a country that historically did not eat much fish. That last point matters. According to the European Market Observatory for Fisheries and Aquaculture Products, the average Pole eats roughly 13.3 kilograms of fish per year. The European Union average is around 23.3 kilograms, almost double. North Fish was, from the very beginning, a bet that Poles could be persuaded to eat more fish. The bet ran for 24 years. For 2 decades, the chain expanded through Polish shopping centers: Warsaw, Krakow, Warsaw, Glash, Dansk, Poznań, Lodz, and dozens of regional capitals. At peak, the company operated roughly 40 locations across Poland, though the exact number kept shifting week to week in the final months as locations closed faster than the company website could be updated. On the 4th of October 2021, the brand opened its first location outside Poland, Westfield Stratford City, East London. The press announcement targeted up to 50 United Kingdom locations within 5 years. The single London site never scaled. By 2023, the most recent customer reviews dry up. By 2026, the listing has been removed from the Westfield directory entirely. The official page returns a 404. The international expansion ended at one shop. Back in Poland, the numbers begin to slip. Look at the year-by-year net losses in the company's filings at the Polish Business Register. 2020, a net loss of approximately 16 million zloty. 2021, 11.6 million. 2022, 16.7 million. 2023 appears, briefly, to recover. The loss narrows to 1.78 million zloty. A false rebound. 2024 closes with another loss of 4.35 million on revenue of about 80 million zloty. Revenue down 6.3% year over year, 5 straight years in the red. By the end of 2024, the average headcount was 197 full-time employees, 30 in the head office, 167 in the restaurants, plus on average 350 to 375 contractors per month working the counters and the kitchens, roughly 550 people, all in, depending on the chain for a paycheck. December 2025, North Food Polska appoints a new chief executive, Paweł Woźniowski. He arrives with a plan. According to subsequent reporting in the Polish business press, in an internal meeting, Woźniowski tells staff there is nothing wrong. They can sleep peacefully. He announces a rebrand. He announces new equipment for the locations. He talks about reinvestment, about expansion, about the next chapter of the chain. That was December. According to internal communications cited later by Money.p, the company had already lost liquidity in November 2025. 1 month before Woźniowski's speech. Under Polish bankruptcy law, the statutory deadline to file for bankruptcy is 30 days from the moment a company loses the ability to pay its debts. By December, that 30-day window had already closed. On the 30th of January 2026, approximately 6 weeks past the statutory deadline, North Food Polska filed its own bankruptcy petition with the district court in Kielce. The petition listed external debts of approximately 12 million zloty, owed to roughly 200 creditors. On top of that, intercompany debt of more than 20 million zloty, owed back upstream to MS Gallion GmbH in Vienna. The company's assets were restaurant fixtures and a handful of vehicles. There was no real estate. There was no cash. 2 months later, on the 31st of March, 2026, the district court in Kielce issued its ruling. The petition was dismissed, not granted, not converted into a restructuring proceeding. Dismissed on the formal ground of ubóstwo podlaskie, the poverty of the insolvency estate. In Polish bankruptcy law, this is the rare procedural outcome where a company is so broke that the value of its remaining assets does not even cover the cost of running the bankruptcy proceeding itself. The trustees' fees, the court costs, the administrative expenses, the court costs, the administrative expenses. The court did appoint a temporary judicial supervisor, Justyna Skrzyskit, but found no estate worth administering. Dr. Bartosz Sierakowski, an insolvency lawyer with the firm Zimmerman Sierakowski Frostega, described the case to Money.pl as a textbook example of the poverty of the estate. No property, no inventory, no receivables of meaningful value, restaurant fixtures, and a few cars. Not enough to bury itself. It is worth slowing down on this. And most bankruptcies, even brutal ones, there is something. Furniture worth a few thousand euros. A bank account with a final balance. Unpaid invoices the trustee can chase. A lease that can be sold. Something that sold or collected pays the trustee and a few of the creditors before the company disappears from the register. The Polish court looked at the file and concluded, there isn't even that. The estate is dust. Don't open the case. There is nothing to administer. The company filed an appeal. The appeal contained procedural defects. As of late May 2026, it remains unresolved. Meanwhile, on the 4th of May, the Polish National Court Register recorded a new chairman of the board of North Food Polska, Krzysztof Cezary Cezarnowski. Paweł Woźniowski, the man who in December had told workers they could sleep peacefully, had resigned at the end of March, on or around the same day the court refused the bankruptcy. He had been in the chair for less than 4 months. Now, the part of the story that does not make the headlines. The workers. On the 17th of March 2026, 2 weeks before the court's ruling, North Food Polska filed a group redundancy notice with the Labor Office in Kielce, 163 positions to be eliminated by the 31st of July. The framework dates, the formal counts, the public record. 4 days later, on the 21st of March, the termination notices went out. The statutory notice period was shortened to 1 month. Severance pay was promised under the standard formula. By May, according to multiple former employees speaking to Polish business outlets, that severance had not arrived. Nobody had received a transfer. One former regional manager, speaking anonymously, said the company owes him over 50,000 zloty, that is roughly $12,000 at year-end exchange rates. Other workers began filing claims with the State Labor Inspectorate, called the PIP, and with the labor courts. Some apply to the Guaranteed Employee Benefits Fund, the FGSP, which is the public backstop for workers of insolvent Polish employers. That backstop has a procedural problem in this case. The fund typically pays out after an insolvency is formally declared by a court. The court in Kielce refused to declare insolvency. The proceeding never opened. The workers are stuck between a company that admits it cannot pay them and a state mechanism designed to step in only once a court has confirmed that fact. As long as the dismissal stands and the appeal drifts, the FGSP cannot move. The unpaid severance hangs there. The flagship North Fish in Galeria Echo, Kielce, the original location, opened since 2002, closed quietly after 24 years. The same mall where the chain was born is now the mall where the chain died. The London site at Westfield Stratford City is gone from the directory. The London site at Westfield Stratford City is gone from the directory. The chain's website lists fewer locations every week. Customers in Warsaw and Krakow began posting photos of shuttered counters with handwritten signs taped to the metal grills. Zoom out. The Polish hospitality sector ended 2025 with around 470 million zloty in registered debt, according to the National Debt Register. The KRD, up 91 million year over year. Restaurants account for roughly 70% of that figure. North Food Polska was not an outlier. It was a particularly visible example of a sector that has been quietly shrinking. The Polish mall food court, like much of the European mall food court, is in slow structural decline. Footfall has not recovered to pre-pandemic levels. Online food delivery has eaten into the captive lunch hour traffic. Rents and energy costs continue to climb. The economics of running a small kitchen behind a counter in a regional shopping center, paying the lease, paying the staff, paying the suppliers, keep getting worse, year after year. But North Food Polska had something most failing mall restaurants do not have. It had a parent company with a balance sheet measured in billions. MS Gallion GmbH, Vienna. 100% owner, a subordinated creditor at the bankruptcy table, certainly owed more than 20 million zloty itself, but also the entity that could, at any point, have written a check to keep the chain breathing, or to wind it down in an orderly way, or, at minimum, to make sure the severance for the 163 workers was paid before the doors closed. That check was not written. The accounts in Vienna stayed closed. The bankruptcy was filed by the operating company in Kielce, not by the parent, not by the ultimate owner. The decision to walk away, and it does appear to have been a decision, not an accident, was made somewhere above the operating company in a holding structure that is under no Polish legal obligation to publish its reasoning. There is no public statement from Solowow, none on the firing of the workers, none on the December speech that promised them safety, none on the bankruptcy filing, none on the court's refusal to open it, none on the unpaid severance. Gazeta Wyborcza, the Polish daily, sent written questions directly to Michal Solowow about the collapse. He did not reply. This is what happens when the richest man in a country owns a company that runs out of money to file its own bankruptcy. Nothing happens. The lights go out, one location at a time. The workers go home. The legal proceedings stall on a technicality almost nobody in the general public watches. And the silence holds. A court ruled that this company was too broke to be wound down properly. The owner is worth $7 billion. Both of those things are, simultaneously, true. The chain is dead. The billionaire is, on the public record, untouched.